Question number 7, it's a graph question. Straight line they have already drawn. This is the straight line L. We have to find the y-intercept. Question is this one, A part. The line L is shown on the grid. Find the equation of line in form y is equal to mx plus c, where c is y-intercept, and we can see y-intercept is equal to 6. So value of c is equal to 6. Value of m is also required. M will be equal to rise over run. Rise over run. Rise is from 0 to 6. So rise is 6. Run is 1.1, 1.2. So divided by 1.2. So value of m will be equal to, we will calculate with calculator, 6 divided by 1.2, which is equal to 5. So m will be 5, and we can see that line is going sloping down, so it will be minus 5. So we'll take minus 6 over 1.2. So gradient, we found value of m as minus 5, and y-intercept, which is value of c, we found as 6. Now we can write down these values in equation. Y is equal to mx plus c. So our equation will be y is equal to m, which is minus 5x plus c, which is 6. So this will be our equation. Y is equal to minus 5x plus c. B part, complete the table of values for y is equal to x square plus 2x plus 4. We'll have to complete the table of values. So normally we can replace these values, minus 1 in this equation and 2 in this equation, and directly we are solving to find these values. So but I will explain you the other method, which is by the use of calculator, and by use of calculator we can find all these values in one go, and we'll be showing the calculator on screen also. You can follow the screen. You can follow the screen and go to the mode, and mode 7 is for tables. Fx is equal to, you will have to type this one on calculator. X square will be by alpha button, so alpha, this one x square plus 2. Again to type x we will have to press alpha, so 2x plus 4. So this one is equal to start. We'll have to start from minus 2 because our table is starting from minus 2. So we'll type minus 2. Then end is 3, last value is 3, so we'll be writing 3. And step is the difference between these intervals is 1. There is increment of 1, so we'll give step as 1 equal to, now this is displaying, the calculator screen is displaying the whole table. For minus 2, fx value is, y value is 4. For minus 1, y value is 3. So we can copy here, for minus 1, y value 3. For 0, y value is 4, which is confirmation that we are getting the same values. Now we can go down and check the value for 1, 2 and 3. For 1, value is 7, which is also matching with our table. For 2, it is 12, so we'll write here 12. And for 3, we can check on the screen of the calculator. For 3, it is 19, which is also matching. So in this way, we can get the whole table in one go by the help of calculator, and we can confirm also that our answer is correct by matching the given values in the table. Second part of B is on the grid opposite, draw the graph of y is equal to x square plus 2x plus 4 for this given range. Now we will have to plot the points. Given points now are shown on the screen, x values and y values. First point is minus 2 and 4. So minus 2 here and 4 will be this one. So our point will be this. We can show this point by a circle like this one. Then minus 1 and 3. Minus 1 and this is 2 and 3 will be in the middle of this one. So minus 1 and 3, we can circle this point as well. Now 0 and 4. 0 and 4 will be this point. 0 and 4. Next point is 1 and 7. 1 and 6 and 7 will be in between 6 and 8. So we can circle this point. Then 2 and 12. 2 and 12 will be this point. We can circle this as well. 3 and 19. 3 and 19 will be in between 18 and 20 and 2 and half. So this will be 19. Now this will be our curve, which we'll have to draw. We can draw this curve carefully. We need a smooth curve. This one, we can carefully draw this one. Like this. So this will be the smooth curve. We can erase wherever we feel that we have to draw a smoother curve, so we can draw this. So the point of intersection is this one. So B part, second part, B2, we have drawn the smooth curve, and part C, for this given range, same range, write down the x coordinate of the point of intersection of the line L with the curve, this one, which we have drawn. So we will check from the graph which we have plotted, what is the point which we got, x coordinate of the point which we got. If we see this one, this is 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, almost this is 0.3. This point, if you see, it's 0.3, x coordinate is 0.3, so we can write here 0.3. Question number 3, f of x is equal to 20 over x plus x when x is not equal to 0. Complete the table. So this is the table of values. We will have to calculate the values for 5 and 8. We will replace 5 in the given equation, and by the help of calculator we can find the values 20 over x, which is 5, 20 over 5 plus 5, the value will be 9, Similarly, when we replace the value of x is equal to 8, so 20 over 8 plus 8 will be 10.5. We can use calculator to find these two. B part. On the grid, draw the graph of y is equal to f of x for these two ranges. They have provided the graph and we will trace the points provided in the graph. So we will be going to the first point, which is minus 10 and 12. So minus 10 and 12 will be here. If we check, minus 10 is x value, so this one, and minus 12 will be the y value. We can go to this point, which is minus 10 and 12. So minus 10 and minus 12 will be this value. Next value is minus 8 and 10.5. So minus 8 and 10 minus 10.5 will be in between 10, and in between 10 and 12 will be 11. So it will be around here. So we will mark here. This will be minus 8 and 10.5. We can circle the points identified. Okay, second point. Then third point will be minus 5 and minus 9. Minus 5 will be in between these two. Minus 4 and minus 6. This will be the middle point. And minus 9 will be in between 8 and 10. So in between 8 and 10, and the point will be over here. So this will be the point, which is minus 5 and 9. Next point is minus 2 and 12. Minus 2 is this one, and 12 will be minus 12 will be this point. Minus 2 and 12. So this will be the fourth point. Fifth point is minus 1.6 and minus 14.1. So minus 1 over here and 1.6 will be like here. So from this point to minus 14.1, so we'll go to minus 14.1. From this point minus 14.1. So we got the point, which is around here. So we'll circle this point. So we got 5 points. Next point is 1.5, which is plus 1.6, which is 1.6 and 14.1. So both positive values. So 1 will be in the middle. So 1.6 will be around here. So we'll go to 14.1, which is above over here. So up to 14.1. So 14 here, so 14.1. We can take this point and circle this one. We got 14.1. Next is 2 and 12. 2 is this one, and 12 will be over here. So our point will be this one. We are circling the second point on positive side. Then 5 and 9. 5 will be in between these two. 4 and 6, and 9 will be in between 8 and 5. 8 and 5 in between, that one will be this point. So we have circled this point also. The next point is 8 and 10.5. This is 8 and 10.5. So this will be 11, so this will be 10.5, so we can take this point as 10.5, so this will be the point. Then the last point is 10 and 12, so 10 and 12, okay, so this will be 10 and 12. Hopefully you understood everything. We have taken the points which we have calculated, and the provided points in the table we have drawn on graph. Now we'll have to plot the graph. On the grid, draw the graph. So we have to draw the graph of this one. We will be drawing the smooth curve. So we'll be drawing this side first. So we can draw like this, and similarly we can draw like this one. So it should be a smooth curve, and similarly we can draw the lower side of the graph also. So smoother curve like this one. So you can see we have drawn the curve, and we can curve it a little more if you want. We can curve this section a little more like this one. We can curve it like this, and this section also. This one is better. C part. Using your graph, solve the equation f of x is equal to 11. So we'll check the graph which we have already plotted, and y is equal to 11, f of x is y. So 11 will be in between 10 and 12. So we will draw a line, check the point of intersection between these two. So if we check our points of intersection, will be this one and this one. We can show points of intersection. So this value, x value, we can check x value from here. So for this one, x value will be 2.4, or you can say 2.6. So x value will be 2.6, and for this point x value will be, we can say it is 8.7 or 8.8. We can write these two x values as our answer. So x is equal to 2.6 and x is equal to 8.8. X is equal to 2.6 and 8.8. These will be the two values. Part D, k is a prime number, and f of x is equal to k. Has no solutions. This is important. It is a prime number and has no solution. No solution means it's not intersecting the graph. Find the possible values of k. So from the graph we will check. We'll see from the graph what are those positive values where there is no line which we can, for example, y is equal to 2. If we draw a line over here, y is equal to 2, this will not be intersecting the graph. This one, if we draw a line over here, this will not be intersecting graph. If we draw graph y is equal to 3, line y is equal to 3, it will be here, and it will also be not intersecting. So y is equal to 2, 3, these are prime numbers where it is not intersecting the graph. Next prime number is 5. So if we check, 5 is also, y is equal to 5 is also not intersecting the graph. So 5 value will also be included in the answer. And if we check, next prime number is 7. So 7 is also not intersecting the graph. So 7 will be included in our answer. Next prime number is 11, which is intersecting the graph. So we cannot take 11 value. So our answer will be 2, 3, 5 and 7. So we will write the answer as 2, 3, 5 and 7. And if you want to show the working, so you can show like f of x is equal to k, and you can take the values y is equal to 2, and you can show no solutions. Then write down y is equal to 3, which is also no solutions. Then y is equal to 5, which is same thing, no solutions. And the last one you can write y is equal to 7, which is also no solutions. Because this is 2 marks, so better to insert this detail also in this question. Part E, the gradient of the graph of y is equal to f of x, which we have already drawn, at the point 2 and 12 is minus 4. So gradient they have provided us as minus 4 at 2 and 12. Write down the coordinates of other point on the graph, the same graph, where the gradient is minus 4. So we'll check from the graph which we have already plotted. We'll check the graph. See, this is the graph, and if we see point 2 and 12, 2 and 12 will be this point, and gradient at this point is minus 4. So gradient will be like this one, minus. And if we see the other minus gradient will be for the lower graph, and that will be over here. So it will be at this point. It will also be trending negative side. So we'll say this is the point which is 2 and 12. Minus 2 and minus 12 will also be having the same gradient as the positive side. This one over here. This one. So our answer will be minus 2 and minus 12. F part 1. The equation f of x is equal to x square can be written as this one. Show that p is equal to minus 1 and q is equal to minus 20. The given equation is f of x is equal to 20 over x plus x. This is the given equation at the start of the question number 3. So in this part f1 they have provided us f of x is equal to x square. So we'll replace here f of x is equal to x square. So x square is equal to 20 over x plus x. Now we'll have to eliminate this denominator. We will solve this equation. We'll multiply everything by x, this side by x. 20 over x also we will multiply by x, plus this x also multiply by x. So finally we'll be getting x cube this will be x will be cancelled with x, so it will be 20 plus x squared. So we can shift everything, these two things, 20 plus x squared, to the other side of equality, and finally we will be getting x cube minus x square minus 20 is equal to 0. And if we compare this one with the given equation, which is x cube plus px square plus q is equal to 0, if we compare this, so this implies p is equal to minus 1 and q is equal to minus 20, which is the required thing. Now on the grid opposite, draw the graph of y is equal to x square for this range, which is minus 4 to 4. Minus 4 to 4, we have to draw the graph of y is equal to x square. So y is equal to x square we have to draw. If we take values we have to take minus 4 to plus 4. This is the range which they have provided us. So we can take the values like for example x is equal to 0. For x is equal to 0, y will be 0, so one point will be this one, origin. We can take this origin. If we take x is equal to 2, which is minus 2, so square of minus 2 will be 4, so it will be minus 2 and 4, so our point will be this one. So we can circle this point. The other value we can take, like for example 4, minus 4 will be 16, so minus 4 and 16 will be this value. Minus 4 and 16 will be this value, which we can trace from here. Minus 4 and 16 will be this one. Then we can take the positive value of x, which is 2. If we take 2, y value will be 4, so 4 will be here, so we can circle this one. If we take x value as plus 4, so it will be 16, which is plus 16, so it will be over here. So it will be U-shaped graph, so we can draw this graph like this one. So it should pass through the origin, and passing through the origin it will be trending upward like this. So this will be our required graph. Now this is the point of intersection between these two graphs, and if we check this, now we have plotted this graph. If we go to the question again, it is saying on the grid opposite, draw the graph y is equal to x square. So we have drawn this graph, we have completed. Using your graph, solve the equation this. So using our graph, if we see which we have just plotted, the point of intersection is this one, and if we check the x value for this, x value for this will be like this point. So we can say this is 3.6 or 3.5, something like that. So we can write the value of x as 3.5. Part number 4. The diagram shows a sketch of the graph y is equal to x cube minus x square minus 20. P is the point n and 0. Write down the value of n. We have to provide the value of n. We can solve in different methods. So easiest way is to solve with the calculator. We'll show on the calculator. So if we insert this, value of a will be 1, which is coefficient of x cube. B will be equal to minus 1, which will be coefficient of x square, and value of c will be value of C will be 0 because there is no x involved in this equation, and value of D will be equal to minus 20. So replacing these values in calculator, you will get value of x is equal to 3.1. So we can write answer 3.1. This will be the n value, 3.1. So calculator, we can use mode 5 and mode 5, which is equation, and then we will be using 4. So mode 5 and then 4, and you will be inserting the values and you will get n is equal to 3.1.